few months back, I came across a video of Remco Evenepoel doing heat training, and I thought that looks kind of interesting. So I did some investigation, listened to a few podcasts, read some research papers, and that made me even more excited. It turns out that by doing heat training for 4 to 5 weeks, that you can actually get the same effects as you do from altitude training, but without having to live on the top of a mountain like a monk. One of the podcasts I listened to was with a World Tour coach. He talked about using heat training when his riders were either injured or recovering from a big race, because your heart rate will rise as you get hotter, and that will give you a great workout for your heart and lungs without having too much stress on your legs. I kind of forgot about the whole heat training thing for a while and went on with my normal training until I was forced to stop because I ruptured my Achilles tendon. From 1 minute to the next, my season was over. I was in a stupid boot, walking on crutches, and got around in an electrical scooter. For the first little while, I wasn't able to ride my bike at all, but after the first few weeks, I started out with some very light training, and since I couldn't really stress my leg, it wasn't really much of a workout. So I thought this might be a great opportunity to try out heat training. It's not like I have any hard training or big races planned. I did a bit more research about heat training, and I learned that you have to be very mindful about hitting the right temperature. So I got myself one of these, a core body temperature monitor, kind of like a heart rate monitor, but to measure your body temperature instead. All you have to do is pair and attach it to your heart rate monitor and connect it to a bike computer. They also have a pretty cool app that will guide you through a heat training session, make sure you're in the right heat strain zone, and give you an ongoing score on how heat adapted you are. My first big lesson was that it's not that easy to hit the right temperature. At the moment I'm training outside on my trainer, and I have to wear lots of clothes. 2 shirts, a rain jacket, a winter jacket, gloves, hat. Basically all my skin is covered with clothes. To give you an idea of how heat training feels, let me take you along for a workout. A few minutes into today's workout, slowly getting hotter. Normally it takes me around 30 minutes to get to the right temperature. I go for 38.5 degrees. That's supposed to be the optimal temperature for heat training. So yeah, now I just have to warm up nice and easy. And just let myself get hotter and hotter and hotter. So besides just looking at how hot I'm getting, I also use the Core app. They made this heat strain index, which is divided into 4 zones. And the one to aim for is zone 3. That's where you're supposed to get the most benefits from a heat training like this. So they made lots of research around this, and as I understand it, it's a combination of core temperature and skin temperature. They made some kind of algorithm to give you the most accurate number. So besides the exact temperature, also use the app. It's always fun to have more numbers to look at. Let's get a sweat on. Okay, 32 minutes in, and we have entered the third heat strain zone. So this is where the magic happens. Now I just have to sit here, enjoy the heat for the next 40-45 minutes. Oh. Getting tough now. I am done. Funny thing is that it doesn't really feel like a hard workout for the legs, but with the heat and everything, the rest of the body is cooking, and it is pretty taxing for the body as a whole. Not just the legs, they are not working as hard, but the rest of the body, yeah, it's working hard, that's for sure. To be completely honest, the first few sessions are no fun. It is pretty uncomfortable, but you get used to it, kind of. I've done it for around 3 weeks now, 5 to 6 times a week, and it gets easier, but it's never really fun or enjoyable. I hope that by doing heat training right now, I'm giving myself a way better starting point than I would have otherwise had by just riding easy. I know that my heart and lungs have definitely worked hard, so when I'm ready to start riding normally, all I have to do is get my legs up to speed. As you can probably imagine, I don't have any big races planned until sometime next year, and if I just go back to normal training after I get my boot off, the effects of heat training will be long gone by then. But you can actually maintain some of the effects by just doing it a few times a week. So for now, my plan is to keep on going with mostly heat training until my leg is ready to work hard. After that, I'll try and maintain the effects by just doing it a few times a week. And as the season gets closer, I'll probably do another heat training block to give my red blood cells a final boost before we start racing. So heat training will definitely be a part of my training routine going forward. As a closing note, I'm getting my boot off next week, hopefully, and I can't wait. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean that I can start riding hard, and normally from day one, I still have lots of rehab to do. But I hope, fingers crossed, that I'll be back to some decent gravel riding by November. That's it for now. See you in the next one.